Welcome back to Mark's Ramblings. This session for December. Let me get myself situated here. Well, Christmas is coming up. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I know it's kind of early for that because this is probably the beginning of January, but in any event, happy holidays. Okay, we had a government shutdown. This is not going to be political, but it reminded me when the air traffic controllers were not getting paid, the reporters were saying either they were calling in sick or they were calling out sick, which made me think, I've never heard calling out sick. So I thought to myself, I wonder if this isn't a regional thing. It was always calling in sick for us, which then reminded me of a story from the, I'd say, mid 80s when I worked in the factory. Plastic injection, machine maintenance, troubleshooting, and fixing is what I did. All right, and I worked the graveyard shift, 11 to 7:30. Okay, 11 p.m. to 7:30. One year, I was a member of their pool league. Okay, so this was in River Falls, Wisconsin, where I worked, and we had a pool league match. I think it was Wednesday nights in Prescott, Wisconsin. Well, three of us met in River Falls. I'm not quite sure why. I guess we were all workers at the factory on the pool team in the bar we went to in Prescott. So we drove together in a guy's 1969 Chevelle 4-speed. Okay, so we drove out to Prescott, and as the pool league, 8-ball is what we were playing in the league. As we were playing, well, things started to go, we'll say, awry. We were drinking some beers. Somebody started ordering shots, and it was Jack Daniels, drink of choice at the time. So, two of the three of us that were in the Chevelle were getting looped, I being one of them. Well, it got closer to 11 o'clock, which was work time. We had to go to work. Well, I wasn't going to drive. The other guy who owned the car wasn't going to drive. So the woman that was with us, she decided she can drive. Okay. So back from Prescott to River Falls, we're going about 110 miles an hour. And it's in December or January. It's winter. And I can't remember the highway. But we spun out once and put one of the rear tires in the snow. Okay. On the highway. Pushed it out. Okay. She gets back in, drives another, we're going like 100 miles an hour. I don't know. Because we're late already, I think. Okay. And as we approach River Falls, then there's kind of a jog in the road. Okay. So first you go right, then you go left, then you're basically on Main Street, kind of downtown, near downtown anyway. Well, when we made that last right jog in the road, she was going too fast. We weren't going 100 or 110 at that point, but she was going too fast, spun around, and immediately put us up on top of a 6-foot snowbank. Okay, well, we weren't going to push that one off. Okay, so what we did then, we walked down to the nearest bar, right? Because they had a phone, I guess. I don't know. And they were open. In any event, she called. We made her call because I didn't want to talk to him. And I said, we agreed that we were going to call in, again, call in, but not sick. We're going to call in well because we felt too good to go to work. So we called in well, and I didn't go to work. The other guy didn't go to work, but the woman actually did go in, and she worked. Okay. But that's the calling in well story. And needless to say, or probably for the better, that was the last time I was on a pool league because Wednesday night were kind of brutal going to work. Ugh. Well, there you have it. Calling in or calling out, sick or well. That's going to do it for me, Mark's Ramblings for December. Bye now.